Hey guys, it is Wednesday or Thursday, and today is your main work day on this big weather project, okay? I am trusting you, begging you to please work on this project today. It is not meant to be difficult. It is what y'all would say light work, okay? But the point of that was that some of you just finished taking the PSAT this morning and you're going to be a little bit brain tired. So we want you to be able to work on something, but kind of use the creative side of your brain and not so much have to think really, really hard. Okay? So come on in, do the do now like you always do. This is what it is. It's a weather map, and it says the weather map shows air pressures in millibars. Which set of conditions best describes the weather at the area of lowest air pressure? Okay, you're never going to have to read a map like this. This is an old star question. But you can find the area of low pressure by finding the smallest numbers. Okay, smallest numbers right here, 996, there's an L in the middle. Okay, and you hopefully remember that low pressure brings lousy weather. Lousy weather. Big hint. Okay, so you need to choose one of those four options right there. I'm not going to give you the answer, but I helped you a lot by telling you that it's low pressure, lousy weather. Okay? Next thing I want to talk about real quick was this surface currents worksheet. You guys worked on this last Wednesday, Thursday, the first block day that I was gone. Here's the thing. We didn't do hot on this. I don't know if y'all were half asleep or if you weren't thinking, or sixth period, what were you doing? Because only like 6 of you turned this in. Yes, I had a magical person bring me all of them from school, and I graded them all. So if I don't have yours, you have a 0. Get it turned in, and I will try to get it from school again before I put in the grades for the quarter, okay? So I got cut off on that video, and I didn't get to tell you that I really wanted you to label the consonants, because if you label the consonants, it helps you with questions on the back. There is one thing I really want to talk about, though, okay? We have warm currents and cold currents. Hopefully, you can get them colored, and then you can tell the difference. Like right here, this orange one is a warm current. This white one is a cold current. I don't have it colored yet, but it is going to be a cold current, okay? So those are moving in a circular motion in between North America and Europe and Africa, like this, okay? The first question was asking you if that's clockwise or counterclockwise. Hopefully you can look at a clock and figure that out. Numbers 2 and 3 both had 2 correct answers. Many of you only circled one of those answer choices. Okay, so when you're looking at these currents, what I really need you to be able to see is right along the coast. Is that coast being warmed by a warm current, or is it being cooled by a cold current? Okay, this is the, see my little cardinal directions here? This is the eastern side of North America, and it is being warmed by a warm current. Okay, this over here, this little teeny tiny snippet of Spain, that's Spain, okay? The far western side of Europe is Spain. It would be being cooled by a cold current. Okay, so along that latitude, I'm gonna make this bigger. Along that 40 degrees of latitude line, right here, it touches North America, it goes straight across and it touches Europe. We do not have the same exact climate. So these people around like New York State and the people in Spain, they do not have the same exact climate because here in North America, they're being warmed by a warm current. And here in Western Europe, they're being cooled by a cold current. Okay? It's important that you can see that. You're probably going to see it again on a quiz or a test. Okay? Along one line of latitude, the climate can be different based on the currents. Okay? If you didn't turn it in, get it turned into the whatever class period tray. All right? The grades are already in Schoology. You can check if you want. Our learning target today, I will complete 2 weather forecast maps. that include accurate representations of temperatures, chance of precipitation, warm fronts, cold fronts, a stationary front, high pressure, and low pressure. Okay, so to do that, you're going to work with a partner or by yourself, whatever you've chosen, to complete those maps. You're going to use correct weather symbols with correct colors on the maps. You're going to show accurate movement of fronts and pressures in a progression from one map to the next. So remember, is this the right thing? Whoops, nope. Where is it? Y'all, come on now. There we go. Okay, so I gave you a template. You can choose to delete this background and make the background entirely your own. Remember that on the bottom of this front slide, your name, and if you have a partner, your partner's name must be on here. Okay? Hey, by the way, those of you that thought it'd be real cute and fun to have a group of 3, I'm not gonna make you start over. You can have your group of 3, but you need to add another weather map. 3 maps for 3 people. Okay? You can still do a 3-day weather forecast. You're just going to have a map for every single day. Okay, so here's the thing. Day 1, you can pick a day. Say on October 21st. That's the day you're going to forecast. Great. You are going to start putting on here. Find symbols. Use your friend Google. Put a warm front on here somewhere. Put a cold front on here somewhere. Put a high pressure, put a low pressure. If you want to have a stationary front on this map, you can. It could also go on your second map. You don't have to have a stationary front both times. Okay? Then on one of these cities or a different city that you plopped onto the map, shoot, you can even go get your own map. If you think this is ugly and plain because it's just white, you can go use the internet, find a prettier map, and put it onto this slide. Totally fine with me. Okay? You can be as creative as you want. Okay? But next to one of those cities, you're going to want to include a high temperature and a low temperature for that day. Okay? You're also going to want to put in there some kind of chance of precipitation. Like 10% chance of rain, 0% chance of rain. Something like that. Whatever your chances are. Depends on what is there, right? Like if it's low pressure, lousy weather, it's probably going to be a better chance of rain than high pressure, happy weather. Right? Okay? Then on your day 2 map, whatever you put on the first day should be moving a little bit. Okay? Here's an example. Y'all, I went and I straight up stole some from a couple of students that were very with it and going quickly on their project yesterday. Okay? So I took this from someone. You can't copy it. I'm not putting this out there for any of you, okay? They found a cold front. They found a warm front. They made a low pressure symbol and a high pressure symbol. They have them in here. They are all the correct color, okay? I do not know what cities this person is going to use yet. That's fine because they weren't done, okay? But I do know that this cold front better be moving south, maybe a little bit east, because that is the direction that it is pointing. Y'all remember, like, that it has to move that way. Okay? And this front down here, this warm front, has to be moving that way, to the right, mostly east. Okay? So like in this first picture, their warm front has not yet hit Austin, Texas. It's gonna, though. And then when they do their 2 or 3 days later, that warm front will have moved probably over here, a little bit past Austin. And on their day 2 map, Austin's temperatures should be warmer. I have no idea if this person is doing Austin, but they could be. Okay? If they were going to use Los Angeles or Chicago, then they are going to forecast conditions for a low pressure system or a high pressure system. Okay? Those are probably going to move a little bit from day 1 to day 2, but they don't have to move in an exact direction like a front has to move the way that it says it's going to move. Okay? So that's a really good example if you were looking at it going, I have no idea what to do. Okay? Here's one other example. This person has drawn on some of their friends, okay? There's a couple of things on here. They're cold fronts. I'm assuming they're cold because they're blue. Don't look very pointy. And I'm not going to be super nitpicky, but if you can make them a little bit more pointy, that would be great. This one is definitely moving to the north, okay? It has not yet hit Seattle. It's gonna, okay? Now, they have chosen their cities. They're over here. They are going to forecast Austin and Denver, okay? So, Denver they said 50 degrees. Great. It's awesome if you can include Fahrenheit or Celsius, just so that we know what you're saying. Okay, and so they're going to give me 50 degrees here. And then a couple of days later, I'm not really sure what it's going to do. I don't have anything headed towards Denver right now. So maybe it's, I don't know if they're going to change something or not. Okay. Their H's and their L's are here, but they probably should work a little bit on making sure that the H is big and blue and the L is a little bit bigger and red, because that's the colors that they are usually on a forecast map. Okay? Their percent chance of precipitation is here, which is fantastic. I love it. Austin has a really low chance of precipitation, which makes sense because that front is already past Austin. So great job there. Denver, they said, has a 62% chance of precipitation. I'm not really sure why. They might want to change that. If they had a higher chance of precipitation, they should either have a front that is like hitting right now or very, very close to hitting, or they should have a low pressure right here. Okay? So that's a couple of examples. I know some of you were like, deer in the headlights, what the heck am I supposed to be doing? And I apologize that I didn't give you some more guidance right from the get-go. Okay? Here's what you're going to do today. I have given you split out timers. You are going to fill in 3 checkpoints today. And they're all in a quick Google form, just like the one you did at the end of class yesterday, okay? I have listed some student leaders on here that I would really like to help keep track of the time, okay? So the time that I want you to do each checkpoint is listed on this slide, and it is also listed for you in Schoology. Yeah, right here, in this page, this Weather Project Workday page. Okay, my video will be here in just a second. You're going to work on your project. At 12:58, you're going to do the check-in number 2. At 1:28, roughly, y'all can do it at 1:30. It's not a big deal. Do check-in number 3, and then right before you leave class, you're going to do check-in number 4. Okay? If you finish early, there is an ed puzzle that is available. Or you can just keep working on your project and make it like the most amazing thing you've ever seen. Remember that there is the option for, there it is. There is the option for making a script. That doesn't mean you have to record it, but you can put a script that a weather woman or a weatherman would give, okay? And then you can actually record it. You can ask to go stand in the hallway and record it if you want to. I think Miss Hames in the library would be willing to let some of you come if you needed to go record in the library. 1 or 2 kids at a time. Don't try to pull anything over on your sub. Okay? Yeah, so good luck. Email me if you have questions. I know that some of you are going to do a great job. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Okay? Oh, yeah, let me show you this funny little, get back to work. Finish it. Y'all are going to do great. Bye.